Hello guys, my name is Sukraj. Welcome to my channel. In this video we will learn how we can use the jQuery table with the .NET Core MVC application. Guys, please subscribe my channel and like this video, share this video with your friends. Let's start. Those who has worked with the ASP.NET, they might be aware about the grid view. That was the control which is provided by the ASP.NET. So in that case it was very easy to implement grid view and apply events on the grid view. But in case of the MVC or .NET Core MVC, now we are moving toward even client-side frameworks. So now we are using third-party tables like Awesome table, then we have Kendo table, then we have Telerik tables and the jQuery table which we are using for the grid view type of data representation. And in this video we will create one grid view of that type, which will look like this, where we can filter the data and we can show how many entries we want to show on a single page. Then we can search the data, right? So how we can implement this type of table using the jQuery plugin in the .NET Core MVC application, we will see in this video. Let's switch to the Visual Studio. Here I have one application with the name Learning jQuery Tables. So in this application I have a one controller which is home controller. In the home controller I have a one method of the type post with the name getEmployees. So we will hit this method to get the data, and it's getting the data from the database and returning the list of all the employees. See here, it's returning the list of employees, and then we are using the JSON converter serialize object. We are returning that all list data in the form of a string so that it can be further used by jQuery data table. So here in the index.cshtml file we have a one table with the name example, and we have the header part here that we defined inside the t head. But before explaining it, we make sure to add one plugin of the jQuery table, which is script. We are adding this script from the CDN content delivery network, that is jQuery.datatables.min.js file. So just copy it and make sure to add it inside this file where we are using the jQuery plugin, right, or jQuery table. So in my case this is the index.html file, and it's had a one more layout file, or you can say that master page, that is the layout file. So I added here, right, I added for the render section. Those who are the developer in .NET MVC, and they might aware about the render section and where should we define the scripts. So I'm defining adding the script here, and here inside the render script I will write the code to implement the jQuery table. Let's start with it. So here I have inside the script document.ready. So we will define this, everything here, how we can use it. First of all, using the jQuery, just write the here ID of the jQuery, your HTML table, that is this ID. I'm writing here, just getting that particular control or particular element using the jQuery. Then apply the data table on it, and inside the data table here we will define further properties of the data table. Like first property is processing, I'm saying it true. So this property is true means that when data will means our application will get the data from the server, at that time it will show that it's still in processing. And the next property is server side. So I am saying here false. In the example I will show what will be the effect if I will set it true. This is this property is mostly used when we will change anything on our page. In that case hit will go to the server. If it is false, there will be no hit back to the server. So we will see in video. how we can use it. Then next property we have filter. If I'm saying I'm going to use filter, it means here this will be enabled, otherwise it will get disabled if I will say this property as false. Then we have multi-order. This is for multi-order, right? Here, like, see, if first I will order by first name then by last name, for that purpose it is used. If we this property, if we want to apply the means ordering on multiple column, then we have the main property, which is the Ajax property. Actually this Ajax is again a further object, that's why, and that's why I need to start this curly brackets and need to define its properties there. First is URL, like which URL we will hit. Like here we will hit home. Inside the home controller we are going to hit get employees, right? And then we have the property type, which type of method is this. Method is of post type. Then we have data type. We are using JSON, right? So next property here, after the Ajax we must define the columns property. See, welcome. Oh, actually I missed the forward slash here. Now in case of the column property, we must make sure there will be no spelling mistake. Like if I'm saying column, in that case it will not work properly, and this is of array type, so that's why I start the square brackets and then start the curly brackets, because inside it we need to define some again some objects. We are defining here data, and then we are saying okay, which property will match here. I'm saying first name, right? And then okay, then what is first name here? This is one property from the home controller. If you will see here, we are getting the list of employees. I will show you here employees. See here, so I have the first name, so this name and this property name must match. So it will match that first column value is first name. So here first cell value is first name in the first column, so everything will come here, right? Then next we have one more property we will define here, that is the, I think that is auto width. Let me paste here auto width, and I'm saying true. It means it will automatically will adjust the width of that particular column or cell. Then we have we need to define these properties for all the column. Like then we have the last name here. Let's check other properties. Last name, age, email, mobile. Then we have here age, email, then we have mobile. That's all. So let's see, we defined first header here, first name, last name, age, email and mobile. Then inside the document.ready we are getting that particular table and hitting that table using the jQuery. This data table is from the jQuery plugin, so we are using the data table method here, and where we are defining some properties of it. Then we are in the Ajax we are defining like which URL we will hit at the runtime and what type of method is that and what is the data type we are using. Then we are saying which column will which property will match with which column, and so that's all. Now let's see what it will affect the output. Let's run the application now. Application is running now. Let's see the output. Oh, this is the output, right? Actually, I removed those buttons here. We will implement that as well for the CRUD operations, like how we can edit and delete. Currently, I'm showing just as data from the database inside the grid. Actually, we can define here multiple CSS classes, like how much width we want and other things. Here I'm just using first name, last name, and then age, email, mobile number. If you will see here, we can even search as well. So this is working. So this is the simple way, like how we can implement, right, that basic jQuery table. Those who worked in ASP.NET Grid View, in them they must implement some code behind the application. I mean in the C# when we are changing the page, right, to pass the next index. Now in this case, everything is taken care by jQuery. If you will see, there is no history. It means we are not hitting the server again and again. What in the case we are saying server side is true. In that case, if you will change anything from here, even if you are clicking here, it will go back to the server and again the table will get bind. So this is the effect of this particular property. If you want to process something on the server and want to apply some changes on the server, in that case we are saying server side is true, and in that case each hit will go to the server. Now this is the basic which we implemented here to use the jQuery table here, right? So we can add multiple things like styles here. So for that we can add a CSS class here, and we can change width of this particular table, or multiple things we can implement here. So guys, this is just the basic, and in the next video we will see how we can implement the CRUD operation on this particular table, how we can use the edit button and delete button to add here. For that we will use one property which is render property, that we are going to use here as well. That is for the columns, if we want to show other than the any property. So we will see in next video. If you guys have any question or any suggestion on this video, please provide your comment inside the comment box, so that for the next video we can improve that. So let's see from the starting what we did in this video. In this video, what we did, first we hit the get employees using the Ajax call here, and or we can say that we just create one method for the post method, and where we are hitting the database and getting the list of all the employees, and then converting or serializing that particular list to the string type JSON and returning that string. Now in that case, then we are getting full data here, right? In case of here, so from that data we are getting the values of means from particular that object we are getting the value of each property, first name, last name, age, email, mobile, and then this order must be in the same order like we are using here, first name, last name. Otherwise under the first name you will get some other value here. And one more important thing which I mentioned in the starting, that is don't forget to include this jQuery data table plugin, because if you are not including this one, in that case you know what will be the difference here. Nothing will work here according to the jQuery table, because jQuery classes will not be added here, so this will not work. So make sure to add that, and after that this is very simple code for the jQuery table. That's all for this video. Thank you everyone. Please subscribe this channel and share this video, like this video, and provide your suggestions inside the comment box. Thank you everyone.